Thank you. What an amazing honor it is to be in a room with heroes and catalysts of the environmental movement in a city that inspires me every single day. I want to thank the Surfrider Foundation at UH and Oahu and all the champions at the University of Hawaii and in the Honolulu community who helped make the Styrofoam ban a reality and who are making sure that we spread this across the Hawaiian Islands. And I truly owe this opportunity to my father, who has shaped me into the person I am today and has kept me grounded and humble throughout my life. He is in the audience, and I am so grateful. Thank you. So grateful for the Broward Youth Awards for bringing us together after 3 long years apart. When I was in the womb, my parents were deeply involved in peace activism, and I remember spending weekends at demonstrations in the streets of Philadelphia for immigrant rights and social justice issues. When I was a young girl, people took photos of me as I held signs I could barely even read for causes I could barely understand. I was that baby at protests. But it wasn't until a decade later that I ever called myself an activist. As a sophomore in high school, I went to Los Angeles with my sister, expecting a relaxing vacation full of sun and beach, and instead found out that my dad set up full-time internships for us at a Korean-American nonprofit organization. He'd forgotten to mention it. Though I was hesitant, I took the opportunity with an open mind and came out an entirely new person. Never before did I believe in my own power to make a difference. When a family came to us in tears after receiving a notice of deportation, a public campaign influenced federal decision makers to keep them together here in the place that they call home. That summer, I was amazed to see all the things that I could accomplish as an individual. As a little kid, I always had fantasies of going to Hogwarts and learning magic. And social change and community organizing are the closest things to magic I have ever witnessed. I saw that if I put effort into anything I believed in, it created real and meaningful change in the community and in politics. For years, my father told me that work and play should not be separate, but that they should instead be one in the same. In Korean, we call it 일과 놀이. I'm blessed that my first job taught me that same lesson. To laugh and chant at rallies, to dance to the sounds of Korean drumming, and to come home smiling after long days ready for the next adventure are all memories I cherish. 4 years ago, I moved to Hawaii and fell in love with the breathtaking valleys and serene coastlines. And since then, I've learned that when you fall in love with a place, there arises a responsibility to care for that place. I immersed myself into Hawaii's sustainability movement 3 years ago, and the line between work and play began to blur once again. Today, I am happy to say that it is my first semester as UH's first ever student sustainability coordinator. This is a job I created to ensure I could keep playing all the way until graduation. Gandhi was once asked, "You have been working 15 hours a day for 50 years. Don't you think you should take a vacation?" He smiled and replied, "I am always on vacation." Too often, we give into the myth that a job is just a job and that it must remain separate from the rest of our lives. And as we grow out of childhood, we let our jobs limit us to playing on holidays and paid vacations. Our classrooms and workplaces have denied us of our passions, our creativity, and the human spirit of altruism, love, and compassion for both humans and non-humans. And as individuals and communities, we must now reclaim our right to be joyful in all that we do. We must not wait for our Hogwarts acceptance letter to begin making magic. So if you haven't already, find your playground and make magic happen. You may just find yourself in paradise. Thank you.